Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to cut down a few trees and clean up some fence line. Before we bought this property, a section of the fence line up here was damaged that separates my property from the neighbors. And then when I was working on the pond, I damaged a section just up from that. And there's no livestock on either side, so me and the neighbor, neither one are in too big of a hurry to get this fence fixed, but might as well get it done. The other thing is these trees over here are kind of a nuisance. They're a maintenance item for him, and the roots could cause leakage on the pond. So we want to see if we can take some of those trees out and just clean that area up. Before we do that though, I want to show you something on the pond. So looking right out here, hopefully the camera displays this well, but it's really shallow, but that's not the point. The water level should be, 2 or 3 feet up here, but the water level's down and we're really shallow right here, but you can see the bottom way out there. Actually 15 to 20 feet from me, I can still see the bottom, and even 30 feet out, I can see the bucket that's buried. It seems like the muck away and those products I've been putting in here are working to clear this up. The neighbor's got some ferocious dogs that are going to be keeping us company. Okay, so from down there to here, we don't have any fence. Then some of it's up here. The part down there is what was already damaged when I bought the property. And this part down here is what I tore up. So, starting about here, we don't have any fence again. So this is not going to be a one-day project, but I want to get started on clearing these trees out, clearing the brush out, because I want to get this fence all fixed and replaced. So I just went over and talked to the neighbor. He said leave the first tree, then take the ones past it. He likes this one for a little bit of shade where his dogs run. So I'm going to see how much I can get done today. He's like 85 years old and still gets out here and keeps his property better than I do. So I better get this done before he does. So I was ready to walk down here and just start cutting, because those trees, nothing's blocking them. But if I'm starting here, this is a pretty good sized tree. I mean, not like what I normally cut down, but compared to what I was thinking of. And it's right next to his shop. So I want to make sure that I get everything cleared out and get a good look at it. So we got a fence post right here. I'll have to go grab some chain so I can pull that fence post out. All right, so I disconnected the barbed wire on that post. This was a wooden post. I wanted to see how sturdy it was, and I pulled on it and it pulled right over. So that one needed replaced anyway. Anytime I've taken down barbed wire in the past, I always twist out the stays, take the clips off, roll it one strand at a time into a nice little ball. And that's the smart way to do it. But that was so tangled up, and it was only like 30 feet of wire. I decided to just pull it all out, get it out in the open, and deal with it out here as far as tidying up the mess. I'm not removing any posts that I don't have to. But this one is right up against that tree, and that tree has to come this way, so it's taking that post out either way. I've pulled a lot of fence posts with this tractor, and it's usually just nothing. They pop out like toothpicks. But this sucker doesn't want to come out. I may have to drive up to the shop and get some ballast, because even with, you guys know I have loaded back tires, 3 sets of wheel weights, it is lifting the tractor off the ground when I try to pull that out. All right, I'm gonna go get some ballast. So I would describe that as this thing didn't want to come out. I broke it off twice. This is the top of it. And I had it gripped here with the bucket and was pulling the tractor off the ground, but I was bending this too, and I bent it back and forth a couple times. It snapped off. I wasn't surprised there. Then I hooked it down lower and it snapped off below ground level too. So it is what it is. Well, let's limb this tree and see what we're dealing with. I love that rock bucket with the grapples. Now that I've got access to get right next to it and really sight it, it's leaning towards the neighbor's shop. And I definitely don't want to drop it on that. And there's more branches on that side either. But it's a really lightweight tree, so it should be an easy pull. Let's see if I can get my son out here to help me pull it when I'm making the cut. So I've got this 12,000 pound worn winch on the front of the truck, and I kind of like using it for these little tree pulls because it's more hassle to get enough chain or rope up there, whereas this winch just pulls right out, and it lets the person helping me have a clear line of view on the control. The disadvantage is it pulls slower, but this isn't that tough of a pull. I think the winch will work fine. We're kind of preloading this. Right now it's pretty loose. I'm just going to put a little bit of tension on it. Now it's tight. Bump it one more time, and with that little tree, I can see it pull this way just a tiny bit. That's enough pressure until I'm most of the way through the cut. All right, well, I feel like that was a good first day. Appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.